amazing.
I know you had a long night last night at the club.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember them days.
Yeah, it's a lot of, you know how I go. Preaching to the choir. Preaching to the choir.
But you had a long night. It was lit.
Yeah, it was, about to celebrate a birthday.
Yes.
My birthday's on Monday.
Yes.
Getting older, wiser.
That's right.
New missions, new accomplishments, new goals.
Yep. Keep elevating.
Today's topic, we definitely talking about what does it take to be successful. And how I got to do. I always let my lady lead out. So I'm going to pitch it over to you right now.
So, I just feel like people always want to skip to the good part.
Of
right?
Course,
Like the meme says, the video, let's skip to the good part.
Yeah.
But you can't skip to the good part because everybody has to go through certain levels just to get to the new level that you need to get to. So, with that being said, it's ways that we get to it. And that is, first of all, you have to have predetermined goals, right? All millionaires, billionaires, there's one thing they have in common, right? They have a plan and predetermined goals.
That's a bomb. That's a monster fact. That's a monster. Another bomb. That's a monster fact. Say that one more time, because I don't even know if they tuned in and if they really heard what you just said.
I said that the common denominator between people that are successful are they have a plan, right? And they have predetermined goals. It's not that they're smart or smarter than you, me, whatever, because most successful people are B and C students, but they hire A students. Right?
I agree 100%. 100%. Shout out to my C's and B's students who end up being very successful.
Exactly.
My C's, D's, and my F's who decided, to go outside the box of, just looking at traditional education as a way of being successful. Shout out to my entrepreneurs. I want to give them a real shout out. Shout out to my entrepreneurs who get up every day and make it happen when they're not getting pats on their back and they're not getting praised.
That's right. That's right.
We I'm an entrepreneur, been an entrepreneur for a very long time. I like to say I'm a 1099 guy. I haven't been a W-2 guy for a very, very long time. And it's nothing against people that do W-2s or 1099. It's for certain people. You got to know what's for you and what's not for you. And like she said, what's your willingness of your sacrifice levels?
Right.
For me, I have a very high tolerance of what I'm willing to do to be successful. I will never sell my soul, my character, my integrity, my morals, or my principles, but I'm willing to outgrind the average person.
Right.
Let me go into a quick analogy, and then I'm going to pass it back over to Mars, because I know she's about to say something fire. But for me, I'm saying, I believe in the tortoise and the hare analogy. I'm a tortoise, meaning I wasn't the sharpest knife in school, but I was very intelligent. But academically, I wasn't, my memorization skills wasn't that great. But I remember the things that I wanted to remember because I realized the things that I was being taught in school weren't really being applied in my real life, in my day-to-day. So for me, I was more focused on the things that I wanted math, adding, subtracting, multiplication, division, because in my mind, I said, all these other things there's no use for. I don't need to know that Christopher Columbus sailed the 7 seas, and I didn't need to know those things. I needed to understand how to make my money grow, how to invest, how to employ my money. That was my mentality at a very young age. I just happened to be a guy that was 16 that bought my first car cash by myself because I was always an advocate, believer in it takes money to make money. And I'm going to say that on record again. It takes money to make money.
Yes, it does.
So let me see. So talk to me, Mars. What is the idea of success to you, like in becoming successful?
So I just think that, a lot of people, you just can't be worried about the wrong things, And most people think about how long does it take, So they're so busy concerned on, the time that it's going to take for you to get there.
Agreed.
So basically, instead of taking action, right, your concern is when is it going to happen. But God doesn't work on time. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He doesn't work on time. So it's like being concerned on when you're going to die. Don't worry about it. It's gonna happen. Just
work.
take the action. Just take the action.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what people need to. They just need to prioritize. Get your goals right. As long as you keep being positive. Keep being positive. And I always gotta talking to my mic, right?
Yeah. As Marsby, she's
Animated
when she talks. So I hear her go out a little bit. I'm like, we gotta remind her, but she be having some fire things to say. So I'm like, I need them to hear this. Let's give it up for Mars. You know what I'm saying? Let's give it up. But she definitely knows. That's how you know she's emotional and she wants to give it to you straight.
I do.
People that's usually like that is because they talk with feeling.
Mm-hmm. And we have to be, just on the way there, just be grateful and thankful.
For the journey.
Happy and grateful for the journey.
So give me like, what would you say is a very, very, in one word, other than success, what is a word that is quote unquote related to success? A word, a singular word.
I would say consistency.
Consistency.
Mm-hmm.
Major bomb.
Got another one too, but consistency.
Give me another one.
Discipline.
Mm-hmm. Let me get another one.
Well, if you want, we can talk about having your higher faculties. You have to tap into them, because if you once you have your intuitive mind, and your faith, memory, perception, it's all of those things that you need to have. It's not all about logic and your five senses. It's about what you can't touch.
I agree.
You have to tap into that. And that all comes along with self-development.
Facts.
Certain books that you have to read before you even on your way to being successful.
And one thing I will say, me and Mars talk all the time. We talk every day.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to be honest with you. One thing I love about her, she's always talking about self-development. Mm-hmm. Self-development. She says so much that it's become a part of my everyday speech and my vocab. I'm already consistent with self-development, but now I speak it more because of the fact that I hear it so much.
Right.
And one thing me and her always talk about is you have to be willing to be a student at life.
Right.
Because a lot of people, they stop once they graduated high school, they pretty much stop elevating their minds and growing. Mm-hmm. So, for me, managing or learning success, it definitely takes, like she said, consistency. Mm-hmm. It definitely takes the willingness to sacrifice discipline and, and being a student, learning from people that are very prominent. But before we say anything, I want you guys that's watching us on TikTok, go follow us on our YouTube Live at Empowered Dynasty, EMPOWERD Dynasty. Go follow us right now on our YouTube Live. We're on live right now. We're trying to push everybody over to show them more love with the YouTube, because we have less guidelines with the YouTube videos. We can do a little bit more. So we're trying to push you guys over there to the YouTube Live.
Yeah.
But let's get back to the success thing.
Right. And I think the law of averages are real. You have to do a friend inventory and check the inventory basically of your friends, who you're around, right?
That's a big clap.
Yep.
Big clap.
Yep. You check your friend inventory. You have to do it, because if you're not learning anything from the people that you hang around,
agreed,
you're doing it wrong.
Agreed.
You're doing it wrong.
You know what it is though, and like the one thing I'm an advocate believer in day twos. I have in my new book that's dropping very soon, guys.
Yes.
My new book, The Art to Reprogramming the Mindset, Volume 1, is about to drop very soon. And what I talk about in this book is day two. Day two being the willingness to get around new energies, because new energy bring out greaterness, greater self. Mm-hmm. Because I realize sometimes people you may be around only seeing you a certain way for so long that they cannot see you in a different light. So the more you try to grow, the more they tend to put like cement blocks on your feet, and they won't let you get to the top of the water because they don't want to see you leave them, or they get insecure about what they're not doing. And I want to give a shout out to our crew. We got my guy Tyler, we got my guy Chris, we got my guy Dre. These guys have become very prominent friends for me because they're an advocate believer in what me and Mars are building. They believe in the Q the Boss brand, the Mars brand. They don't let that go over your head brand, the Empowered Dynasty brand, and the whole movement within itself.
Right.
And these are my guys. They don't get enough recognition. But I want to say this: a part of success is a team.
Yeah.
And we were talking about that before we went on this live, talking about the power of a team and unity, and everyone not having their own agendas
Right.
to the goal.
Right. You hang around.
Agreed.
About the books you read.
How do you vet friends, though?
So, me...
We're going to talk about it, guys. We're going to talk about it.
I've had this thing where if I'm not grown around my friends, I kind of like drift away. So sometimes I found myself drifting away from certain people, or you have to take a time out, from certain friends, especially, sometimes it could be people you know for a long time,
Agreed.
They're just not, going to go on that journey with you.
So
and everybody's not right, but they're there as day ones, but family get-togethers, you're still gonna rock with them.
Agreed.
You're still gonna rock with them.
Agreed.
But a lot of the times you don't do business with them.
I know what you're saying. You're saying you basically limiting your access. That's pretty much what you're saying. You limit how much access they have to you.
You do. That's part of it. Your access is limited for certain people. Certain people can't, or sometimes they don't even want to be in that type of environment that you're in because they're not growing. They're not on the same level as you. So, you just have to make new circles. Don't be afraid to make new circles.
Yeah.
And step into new circles.
Agreed.
That's what it's about.
Agreed.
Coachability, because you want to have people that you're under that you can learn from. So your coachability level is very important.
I agree.
So always be learning.
I'm not gonna lie. To me, you on a roll today. You on fire. Listen, she hit me up earlier this week and said we need a topic. I'm coming with the heat this week, and I was like, let's get it. Let's get it. I'm with it. One thing I love about this podcast with me and Mars is because of the fact that a lot of people looked at it was going to be like a battle of the sexes thing.
Right.
We actually trying to show you that cohabitating and intermingling and actually building together is more feasible than actually fighting and going against each other.
Right.
So this is what Don't Let That Go Over Your Head is all about. It's about us showing that we actually bridging the sexes back together what is initially meant to be and not being combative and argumentative and clashing against each other. Even if Mars say something I disagree with, I may have to open my mind a little bit more and be receptive because she might have triggered a thought that I never thought of, and vice versa for her. So guys, we have to be willing to listen to each other.
Right. That's true. You know what? I found myself in situations, so funny. Found myself in situations with sometimes friends, right? When you say bridge the gap, I think I found myself in situations with friends where it will be like somewhere and like if we're supposed to be on a team,
Yes.
So even if I don't agree with you, I'm not going to kind of like shut you down in front of another authority, and we're supposed to be coming collectively to this wherever we are, I think it's a time and a place to kind of like even if you don't agree with somebody that's on your team, just respect what they have to say.
I agree.
And just let it pass. You don't have to fight over everything. You pick and choose your battles. You don't have to. Everything doesn't have to be debated.
I agree 100%.
Especially if you're trying to hit a certain point and just get what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of the word I'm looking for.
But you know what I want to do at this moment though?
Mm-hmm.
For all those people in the world who know how to be a good friend, I want to give you a round of applause.
Yes.
I want to give you a round of applause. And I'm only saying this because people shouldn't be receiving their flowers after they're gone. Right. They should be getting their flowers while they're here on earth. Because I don't want someone to tell me they love me when I'm dead. I want them to tell me they appreciate me and they love me while I'm here. Mm-hmm. So again, those good friends, I want, all my good friends that's always around me and my ideas, I want to give you another round of applause. Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty sure, Mars, you pat them on their back.
Yeah.
And for those bad friends, we're going to go like this. Goodbye. Goodbye. It's over. It's over. It's over. You know, we gotta let those people go because we're trying to get to new levels, new heights. And you know, let's fly at the same altitude. And just because you may have not reached your potentials or levels yet, don't be envious or jealous of someone else because that role may not be for you. You know, let's just say that. Look at it from a team. If Mars is the best shooter on the team, her job is to shoot.
Right.
I'm not gonna envy her because my job is to get the rebounds when I cannot shoot.
Right.
I can't shoot.
Just pass me the ball.
That's it. You gonna say,
Jeez.
give me, what you say? Just give me the damn ball.
Just give me the damn ball.
Just give me the damn ball. You know, like, come on. That's her job. You know, and you have to know there's roles in life. Everything has roles. You know, again, for the last, and I'm giving my man his flowers, you know, I want to shout out my guy, Boss Dre. You know, me and Boss Dre, we've been a team for over, oh my God, 8 years. You know, I've tried a lot of different endeavors, and he's been behind every single endeavor. Whether it's economically, whether it's mentally, whether it's financially, whether it's emotionally, he's been behind every single idea. And I want this guy to know I appreciate him more than words could ever mean.
Right.
Because I'm going to give him his flowers on his podcast today. One more for my boy, Boss Dre.
One time.
See, if you guys can hear the clapping, it's fire. For those who watching live, y'all can't hear the clapping, but the clapping sound crazy. But I know you got somebody special in your life, you know, that actually helped you to get to these levels of success, you know, and I think you should give them a flower right now.
Yeah, I do. I have several people.
Listen, we got time, because today I got time. What he said to today I got time.
I know. And actually, one special person is, he actually passed away. It was my fiance. He passed away of cancer, right? And his birthday is coming up.
Wow.
But he actually taught me a lot. And, you know, just working together, being a team together.
Yes.
And taking that action together.
Yes.
To actually grow a business, you know?
Yes.
It's a beautiful thing.
Wow.
But he's not here to get his flowers. But
He's
he got them. He's here. He really is. He really is. He's here in spirit.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Give me one more person.
I want to give a shout out to my sister.
Let me give you
my sister. She has my back through everything, and we motivate each other. You know, that's very important. When you can look at somebody and get motivated just from them, their grind, and they get motivated from your grind, it's a beautiful thing. You know,
I think it's dope because people always talk about sibling rivalries. I'm loving when it's siblings that's actually working together,
right?
And they on the same page and understand each other,
right?
You know, that's actually dope.
Yeah.
And I want to say this too. I want to give a shout out to all the people that's following us religiously and that's been supporting us, to my TikTok followers, to my Instagram followers, to my YouTube followers, to Mars's TikTok followers, to her YouTube followers, to her Instagram followers. You know, without y'all, you know, this platform wouldn't be as big as it is. So every time I get on my lives, I tell them I love y'all and I appreciate y'all. And I'm giving y'all flowers right now.
That's
right.
Know? That's right.
You know?
That's right. And each and every week we'll be back.
Definitely.
And having these real combos. But
so let's get back into success.
Yeah, but
we've been talking about a lot of love, but you know,
that's why I said we gotta break it up a little bit, because this podcast is not only about relationships and love and the breakups and you know what women do, what men do, but you know it's just being well-rounded.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
You can't come here every day and talk about the misery of another person.
No.
You know, we can go every week and do the debates of the battle of the sexes, but there are people who are cohabitating and actually building a strong, great empire. Shout out Beyonce for forgiving Hove for his immaturity and making a poor decision, because she was mature enough to keep the family together. A lot of females said, "Oh, I would have never stayed with him if he would have did that to me." But it took a bigger woman to make her own decision and decide to stay with her husband. And I tip my hat to Beyonce for making because it was in the tabloids, it's in the media, it's everywhere, you know. And she decided to stay. So I tip my hat to a woman like that.
Yeah.
She's very secure with herself.
Yeah, she is.
You know?
Yeah.
But let's get back to this thing called success.
Success is definitely. I like to call it's a verb because it's
Okay.
action. A lot of people think once you hit a certain level, you stop, but you don't.
No.
It's constant action,
Right.
you know.
Hustle.
And, you know, like I say all the time, don't be so busy trying to figure it out before you take action. Just take that action. I think everybody has a certain action threshold,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And that's the level of certainty that a human being has that she needs to break before they actually feel comfortable to break a certain point, you know, and they take action after that point. So it's either you have a low action threshold or a high action threshold.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
A lot of people like me, I think I'm high action
High
threshold.
action. High action.
Because I'll move before I even have it all planned out. I'll be like this. My homegirl sitting right here, LaChina. Shout out to LaChina and LaChina B. She's another person. She's another person that she inspires me a lot too. Me and her, I'll call her up on the phone, and she's that type of teammate that will be like, you know what? Come on, what you want to do? Let's go. You know, it's like whatever you need. You know,
need that energy.
You definitely need that energy. And so whenever she needs, you know, she has a whole dance aerobics and she dances her ass off, right? Shout out to LaChina B Fitness. And she teaches it and everything. And, you know, even if I don't know how to dance, right? But because my friend,
Not a two-step.
I know how to two-step,
Not a two-step.
but she has me in there doing
If
the
you got
crazy.
rhythm, you can dance.
No, not if you see the way this girl dances, like.
She's
But
just
the
that
fact
expert.
is, she's an expert, and she wants to get her business, you know, moved in different directions. She
Yes.
has like a studio in Brooklyn,
Nice.
another studio in another part of Brooklyn, and you know certain days. So if she wants to make video and put out reels and stuff, I'm like, come on, let's do
Let's
it.
do it.
You know. So
That's
I think
amazing.
that's important to actually be there for the people that are trying to get it off the ground, get their businesses, and trying to be, you know, successful at everything that they got going on. You know.
You know the dopest thing about your friend, and I'm gonna give her flowers. It is the fact that she's doing something she loves.
Yeah.
And when you do what you love, you tend to never feel like you're at work. And
Yeah.
I feel like more people need to find their passion and their love, because, you know, like I get confused all the time when people are like, wait, you own a barbershop, he cuts hair, there's no way he could be doing all the things that he's doing. And I'm like, wait, I own a barbershop, I own a pharmacy, I own a nightclub, and I own a lot of real estate.
Yeah.
And those are things that make me money, but my truest passion
Is cutting hair?
is cutting hair, because it's therapeutic for me.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure LaChina could validate what I'm saying. When she's in her element, I'm pretty sure it's therapeutic, because
Right.
she just loves what she do.
Exactly.
And people need to find those niches and those passions. And if you could make it a business that ultimately funds your lifestyle,
Sheesh.
you really won. You
Yeah.
know, you really won.
It's so true.
You
It's
know,
so true.
It's funny because my brother asked me this morning. He said, "When did you know you was going to be successful?" And I said, "Do you want me to tell the truth or lie?" He said, "Tell the truth." I said, "I knew I was going to be successful when I knew I was willing to do what no one was willing to do. I knew I was willing to go above and beyond. I knew I was willing to lose sleep. I got home 5:30 this morning. I was still up by 6:45. So if you look at it, technically, I got an hour of sleep.
Right.
But there's no excuse. The show must go on.
Yeah.
You know, my mother said, make sure, as a man, I'm just saying, she said as a man. I don't know what she said to women, but she said to me as a man beats the sun up. You know,
A man what?
he has to beat the sun up. The sun don't beat you up. If the sun's beating you up, then life is beating you up. And that's what she used to always tell me. And she used to say things like, if a man don't work, a man don't eat.
Yeah.
You know, and these things were embedded in me to the point where
Those are your core values.
I earn every meal, I earn every check, I earn everything I get.
Yeah.
Because that's what she instilled in me that's going forward to my levels of success. And it's been a part of me to this point now. You know, everything that she said. You know, give me something that somebody you love has said something to you that you kept as a quote in your mind